Bona tarda, si podeu anar.
Good afternoon. Please take your seats, and we will start the press conference with Ernesto Valverde. Remember to state your name and the media you represent, one question at a time. Please silence. Hello, good afternoon. I would like to ask you about the whole season and Barca and Liverpool. Are these two squads that are fittest at the moment? And could you tell us a little bit your opinion about Liverpool right now? Thank you.
Well, I don't know if we are the two teams that are in better form, but we are certainly the two teams that are going to play this semi-final. They're really playing for the league against City. We just got champions. We just won our league last week. So I don't know if you talk about both teams' trajectory. Yes, it's a bit different, but we both are, and we have to play against them. They're a really powerful team with an extraordinary extraordinary forwards, with a level of pressure and rhythm and pace which is very high. It's the same idea that Klopp had in Dortmund, and he's been able to transfer that to Liverpool. It's an extremely difficult rival to play. They only lost one game in the Premier League. That says a lot about our rival tomorrow.
¿Qué tal, Ernesto? Ramon Salmurri de Catalunya.
What's more important for you for tomorrow? To have an advantage for the second leg, or not to be scored tomorrow?
Well, we play at home, so our intention is to win the game. We know how important that is, how valuable it is if they don't score, if we can manage to keep a clean sheet. But as we know, in those two, in this kind of ties, you don't need to play one good game. You need to play two great games. You can't really be absent from the team, from the game in like 5 minutes. If you do that against Liverpool, they will crowd you into, they will lock you into your half of the pitch. So we will try to play both, to do both things. They will try to score and keep a clean sheet as well.
Leo Messi said that this season you would do as much as possible to achieve the champions. What do you think about this right now at semi-finals? And were you careful about this so that you could get to this point, the semi-finals?
Well, Leo is feeling fine. We know that throughout this month he's been able to rest him. We've been able to rest him a bit more than others, because, well, we've had. It is also true that we've played, different three games a week. We have played against United. Now we have to play against Liverpool. So it's all, the workload is quite high. We wanted to win the title. We've managed that, the league title. So we are ready for this.
Anfield will be like a kind of hell on the second leg. And Klopp said not long ago that Camp Nou, it's not a football temple. Do you think that that's going to affect the followers? Do you believe that it is important, the fans' presence tomorrow, to get that final boost to the team? What do you think about it?
Well, the Camp Nou fans have been decisive in the last few weeks. We have seen quite a few games with over 90,000 fans, and we feel it, and our rivals feel it. So I hope they will feel it as well tomorrow. We suppose that our fans are going to be pushing us in the same way that when we go to Anfield, their fans will do the same for their team. So at the end of the day, Jurgen's words were more. I think the idea was to try to take some of the drama out of the game. It's not the end of the day, and in the end, it's a football pitch, two goals, and 22 players trying to play.
Barca has already won La Liga, but Liverpool is still fighting for La Premier. Does that state a difference between Barcelona and Liverpool, taking into account the whole setting?
Well, I don't know. You may think what you like. Having to play the league always keeps you in a high competitive tone, we could say. There is always a game in between the first two legs and the first legs. In the first and the second leg. So we need to concentrate in both legs. We are happy to have won the league already. Maybe it cannot rest any players, but in the end, this is a Champions League semi-final. Everybody is going to go all out for it, and I don't think you play. The tiredness is a big factor here.
Buenas tardes, aquí Ángel Pérez de Mundo Deportivo.
I wanted to ask your opinion about the San Jordi cross given to Leo Messi, this award. What do you think about it?
Well, it's an important prize from many points of view, not only from the sporting point of view, because of what Leo means in the world of present-day football, not only for Barca, not only for Catalonia, but how important he is. But I would say that this prize kind of transcends this approach from a social point of view, from a personal point of view, what Leo means, for the Catalans, and what he's given the Catalans for so long. And well, I'm happy for him. He deserves it because of his behavior, his attitude, for what he does on the pitch, but also for his compromise with Catalan society off the pitch.
Jordi Grau de TV3.
Personally, do you have the feeling that tomorrow you have to manage one of the most important matches of your whole professional career so far?
Well, I also like to de-dramatize these kind of things. Sometimes when you manage a team that is a very difficult situation, for example, and you need those 3 points in order to maintain the category, etc., those games are also very important. So this is, of course, this kind of game that I would know quite a few guys that would like to be in my position. So I think with this game we can transmit plenty of good feelings to our fans as well.
Without Cristiano in the competition, do you believe that Messi has to really win the Champions?
No, nobody's forced to do anything. What we actually do is look forward to things. To achieve things. There's no obligation whatsoever. Every team that starts the competition in September, every team wants to play games like this. Sometimes we're lucky enough to play these. Sometimes we don't, because the competition is what it is.
Do you believe that this Liverpool is more dangerous than the last Liverpool who lost in Champions against Madrid? And now that they're so close to the final, how do you believe they will react?
Well, it's an absolutely recognizable team, what we saw in that final, and the team we can see now. They haven't changed many players. The first 11 is, if you see the first 11 on the final and the potential first 11 tomorrow, you could see a change at goal and a player that could play as like Keita, for example. But as for the rest, it's pretty much a very similar team, recognizable in the same kind of style, the same coach. Many players are the same. I can't see a lot of changes. And the fact that they have played a final is good for them, because they will give them a little, extra experience as playing important games like tomorrow's. I think it's a fearsome rival in many aspects and a very good rival.
Liverpool doesn't need to play properly to win the matches because sometimes with just 15 minutes they can change the whole situation, as you very well said. Taking into account the physical effort and how to manage this physical effort, how do you prepare these matches so for the players to be ready in these moments of acceleration?
Well, it's not. You don't have to see it from a physical point of view as much as from a psychological point of view. I saw the game Liverpool versus Chelsea, and those 15 minutes you were talking about is the first 15 minutes of the second half, and that's where the game was decided. So in the first 15 minutes of every half, the players are not really tired, but what you need to do is to be able to have some kind of response against Liverpool's ability to push you into your own goal, and if in order to face that, you need an ability to overcome that advantage that they have, so you can try to hurt them.
What about emotionally, mentally? How do you prepare the squad for a match like tomorrow's match, semi-final at the Champions, taking into account that for the last years we didn't get to the semi-finals?
Well, it doesn't really. It's not very different from usual, like from the quarterfinal or last 16 preparation. They are, decisive games, 180 minutes, two matches, and at the end you are playing against a team that have very solid arguments to go through, as many as you have. We have played important games this year. And the feeling is similar. We know how important it is. We know how relevant it is for our club. It is important, of course, equally important for us, and we accept it. We take it as it comes. We're looking forward to tomorrow.
I wanted to ask you about Luis Suarez. He hasn't rested since the match against Huesca. Is it better to have him playing because maybe it would be more difficult for him to stop and then to start again? And he's also very motivated to play against Liverpool this week.
It is true. He's played every game. And, well, I would have liked maybe to maybe that they wouldn't to have given him a bit of rest against Levante, but I prioritized that he makes us better in order to keep the result, in order to win the title, because it was very important for us. And in between winning the league and not giving Luis a rest, I rather win the league. I have a feeling that he's motivated to play against Liverpool, but if we played against any team, he would be equally motivated. Luis Suarez is like that.
Liverpool has Firmino, Mane, Salah, but besides these three players, what else do you need to take into account? What needs to be under control for tomorrow's match?
Well, they have they have a choral way of playing that feeds those three players up front. So they try to maintain a very high pressure. They advance their defense. They play quite high defense. They try to steal the ball in your own half, so they can make the most of their speed and their pace. So if they find spaces, they can hurt you. But what they do is to keep a very high pace, a very high rhythm.
Thank you very much. Now the team will